You tell me when. Okay, the hour being 6:30, I'm going to call this meeting to order. First item is Pledge of Allegiance. So let's just, everybody, I'll start us. I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next item is approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion? Councilman, was that you? Councilman Kilpack.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilman Kilpack and seconded by Councilman Berg. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, next up is the oath of office for newly elected council members and the re-election. So the newly elected members are Sherry Bushman for Ward 1 and, correct? Yeah. And George Jost for Ward 2 and Robert Berg for Ward 3. So
raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the State of Wyoming, that I have not knowingly violated any law related to my election or appointment. Related to my election or appointment. Or cause it to be done by others. And that I will discharge the duties of office as the governor. Congratulations. Well, I'm usually the smallest when people are smaller. Yeah.
Clear.
Okay, let's quickly.
hey guys, go ahead and stand up just for
Scoot together.
yeah, so we're kind of a little closer. From this way a little bit.
Oh, mask, everybody smile.
I'm gonna stick my tongue out.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks, Steve. Okay, we need a motion to adjourn since we're going to conduct the rest of this Zoom meeting from different locations.
Mayor,
Councilman
I
Shuttrin.
make a motion that we can adjourn the meeting so we can reconvene on the Zoom meeting at 7 o'clock.
Second.
Motion for recess. Okay.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilman Shuttrin, seconded by Councilman Kilpack. Any discussion? And then all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, we'll reconvene in about somewhere around 7 o'clock, okay?
After the recess.
Remote control.
Hi, Mayor.
Hey, Gary. So how do we get everybody on this?
I've always gone up the top right-hand corner and pushed
View?
participants. And then it'll have them up there. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Gary.
Can you see me, Jim?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good. You know, I stopped in today and talked with Reed,
Uh-huh.
and that's Reed said you don't need to come into the council meeting, just be on Zoom at 6:30.
That's fine.
Okay.
Hey, Sherry. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Had to turn my volume. Hi, how are you?
Evening, Mayor and Council. Just want to give you a quick reminder with the recessing at, we still are live on YouTube right now. So just a quick reminder for everyone.
Tom. Who are we missing? George is in the office. Oh, Mike.
No. No. If you're by yourself, just you're unmuted right now. Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yep, I can.
Yes.
I
Okay.
can.
Okay. Well, I'll get it confused during the meeting for you new guys, so don't worry about it. But from time to time, mute and unmute is a very complicated thing for me.
I have
Okay,
not
the
heard what's
RV
going
and-
on with Shetron. Sorry.
What's that?
Shetron?
Oh yeah, where is he? We'll wait. Okay, my computer says 7:02. I'm going to wait one more minute and then we're going to start. Since the beginning of the meeting is proclamations, we'll just go right into that in about 30 seconds, okay?
I just heard from him. I will send something to him right now.
Okay.
Did the agenda get approved yet?
Yes, we did that at the earlier meeting, Galen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the hour is 7:03. I'm going to entertain a motion to reconvene this meeting.
Mayor,
Councilman Kilpack.
I make a motion that we reconvene our council meeting.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilman Kilpack, and you can see what Jim's doing if you want to do that. Seconded by Councilman Zimmerman. Any discussion? Seeing all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, and do raise your hand. It's just a little easier so we can see everybody for Tara that's keeping the minutes. So the first item on the agenda is a proclamation for Cervical Health Awareness Month. And I'm going to read this proclamation. Whereas the health and safety of all our residents is important to the happiness, prosperity, and well-being of our community, and whereas more than 13,800 women are diagnosed with cervical cancer nationwide each year, and more than 4,290 die from this disease, whereas regular cervical cancer screening tests are an effective way to detect the disease early, when it can still be successfully treated. And whereas cervical cancer vaccines are now widely available and combined with regular screenings, they provide an effective means of preventing the disease. And whereas in the past 40 years, the number of cases and deaths from cervical cancer has decreased significantly due to the increase in regular screening. Whereas increased awareness of prevention and detection techniques among patients and healthcare providers is a key component in safeguarding cervical health. And whereas throughout the month of January, organizations and healthcare practitioners are encouraged to promote awareness about cervical cancer and support patients currently battling cervical cancer and those who have lost loved ones to this disease. Now, therefore, I, Pete Russ, Mayor of the City of Green River, do hereby recognize January 2021 as Cervical Health Awareness Month. And I encourage all women to recognize that cervical cancer is preventable and to schedule regular screenings and invite each citizen to join the continued fight against cervical cancer. We also have a proclamation, as we have every year recently, for Human Trafficking Prevention Month. Today, in too many places around the world, including right here in Wyoming, the injustice of human trafficking still tears at our social fabric. Whereas men, women, and children in Wyoming are exploited for their bodies and their labor, and whether through violence, deceit, or the promise of a better life, some of the most vulnerable populations among us, including children in poverty, are preyed upon by human traffickers. Whereas we must address the consequences of human trafficking and work to tackle its root causes. And whereas we must always remember that our freedom is bound to the freedom of others. This month, let us find inspiration in America's progress towards justice, opportunity, and prosperity for all, and reaffirm our pledge to continue fighting for human rights. Whereas we must shine a light on this violation of the basic human right to be free from violence and abuse, pledge to ensure every victim knows that they are not alone, and foster a supportive community that helps survivors seek justice. Whereas we must do everything in our power to combat these violations of human decency in order to rid the world of human trafficking. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Pete Rust, Mayor of the City of Green River, Wyoming, do hereby proclaim January 2021 as Human Trafficking Awareness Month in Green River, and call on all our citizens to speak out against these crimes and support local efforts to assist victims of these crimes in finding the help and the healing that they need. Okay, item 7, presentation, service recognition of members Lisa Mays and Tom Murphy. And I think what we're going to do, because neither of those, and because we're not meeting in person, we have plaques to present to them, and we will do that at a later date. So we'll take care of that when the time presents itself. So are there any citizens' requests or other communications? Reed or Chris?
I have none.
We haven't got any through finance or the HR info line that I'm aware of.
Okay, then we'll move on to item 10, board and committee appointments. Appointment of 2 council members to the finance committee. And I am recommending Councilman Kilpack and Councilman Shuttrin be members of the finance committee for this year. So could we have a motion? Councilman
Mayor.
Zimmerman. Go ahead, Councilman Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to confirm the mayor's appointment of Councilmember Gary Kilpack and Councilmember Michael Shuttrin to the Finance Committee beginning January 1st, 2021 and ending December 31st, 2021.
Second.
Okay, Sherry beat you. So we have motion by Councilman Zimmerman and a second by Councilwoman Bushman. Is there any discussion? right, seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's opposed, it's unanimous. Item 11, resolutions A, consideration of a resolution establishing and designating bank depositories for the city of Green River. I'll just read this. Financial institutions must file an application once a year with the finance treasurer, including a certified copy of the resolution adopted by the board of directors of the banking institution as established by section 9-4-806 of the Wyoming state statutes. Chris, did you want to add anything to this?
Mayor, no, not tonight. Like I said, most of you guys have filled that out and already got it back to us. We're just accepting those disclosures. It's a statutory requirement that we are required to do. Oh no, you guys are on the banking resolutions. I apologize. The banking resolutions, for them to do business for us, they have to supply that to us or we can't do any business with them. And
okay,
it's just a standard procedure that we do every year, and that by statute it's required to be done annually.
okay. Are there any questions from council for Chris? Okay, well then I'll entertain a motion.
There was Shetron, sorry.
I need to abstain from this one.
Okay. Okay,
Mayor.
we understand why. Councilman Byrd.
I move to approve the resolution officially establishing and designating bank depositories for the purpose of earning and secured rate of return for the city of Green River.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilman Berg and seconded by Councilman Kilpack. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Okay, item 12, council action items. Consideration to award the bid to Long Building Technologies Incorporated for the Recreation Condenser Replacement Project. Is there anybody on staff that's going to address this, Reed?
Yeah, that's me, Mayor.
Oh, there's Brad.
Brad Rainey, Parks and Recreation Director. This has been on the agenda a few times as a grant. Now we're actually moving to do the project. Basically, we're just replacing the air conditioning unit that supplies the gym at the rec center. It's massive. So we went out to bid, and we had one person submit a bid, Long Building Technologies. They submitted a bid that was within budget. Long's also had a contract for us for a long time that they provide our maintenance for our HVAC system. So they're well qualified to do it. And I'll just mention for the new council members, we have a grant that we got related to energy efficiency for $25,000 that's helping pay for this. I know this is not a super exciting project, but it's exciting and rare to get a grant to pay for a maintenance need. That doesn't happen very often. But I'm here if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, good. Grants are always good. Councilwoman Bushman. Go ahead,
Thanks,
Sherry.
Brad. Is there a warranty or a limited warranty with the condenser?
Yes, there is. I believe for labor it's a year, and then the actual condenser itself, they're usually 10 years. I don't have it in front of me, but there'll be a warranty for the unit itself and for the labor for the installation of it.
Okay, that was my only question. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Brad? Okay, let's have a motion.
Mayor,
Councilman Kilpack.
I move to award the bid to Long Building Technology Incorporated in the amount of $55,642 and authorize the mayor to sign said agreement pending legal review.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilman Kilpack and seconded by Councilman Shetron. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you, Brad. Item B, consideration of the ratification of an agreement with Aquavitas LLC. It looks like Mark's coming on for this one.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Council. I'm Mark Westensco, Public Works Director. If you recall, last council meeting in the middle of December, we considered the a continuation of a contract that we've been working on for COVID testing with the State of Wyoming Department of Health. And at that meeting, we were approached also by this organization, Aquavitas, who had recently received a federal grant to conduct similar testing on a nationwide basis. And they presented their case and asked for our participation. And due to the time sensitivity of it, we acted on that quickly. And so we bring their very simple contract to you tonight for the ratification of the mayor's signature.
Okay, thanks,
Mayor?
Mark. So, yes, Councilman Kilpatrick.
I just want to ask Mark to confirm, just for those that might be listening, the citizens that may be listening, that there's no cost to the city for this.
That's correct. That is correct, Councilman Kilpatrick. We actually get money from the state to do this testing, and we've been able to work it out to where we can drop the excess from the state sample that we've been getting and put it in a different bottle and take it and drop it off, and they cover the shipping and everything.
Does anybody else have any questions of Mark? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion. Councilman Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to ratify the agreement signed by the mayor with Aquavitas LLC to provide testing of the city's wastewater for SARS-CoV-2 and novel coronavirus.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Zimmerman, second by Councilwoman Bushman. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous once more.
Thank you.
Okay. Item C, consideration of the election of council president and vice president. At the first council meeting in January of each year, the council holds elections for council president and vice president. So I'm going to entertain a motion, and do we want to do this is up to you. This is your guys' election. So do you want to do them individually, or do you want to do them at the same time, the president and vice president? Who wants to do the president first? Just do the president. Okay, we'll do them both. So anybody that wants to appoint a president or a vice president, speak up.
Mayor.
Councilman Zimmerman.
Mr. Mayor, I appoint Gary Kilpatrick as council president.
I'd second that.
Okay, before we do that, is there any other elections? Any other? Okay, we'll end up voting on this, but since there isn't anybody else it's gonna be obvious. How about vice president? Councilman Kilpatrick. You're not on, Gary. Your mic's not on, Gary.
I would nominate Mike Shetron as vice president.
Okay, are there any other nominations for vice president? Okay, do we have a second on these nominations? Councilman Zimmerman? Councilman, okay. So it's been moved by who moved on this? Different for different, for the president and for the vice president, wasn't it? Okay. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor of Gary Kilpack for president and Mike Shuttrin for vice president, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, congratulations or condolences, I'm not sure. And so now we're at the consent agenda, and I just want to make a note for the new council people. When we do the consent agenda, there is no discussion because it's a consent. So we'll do a motion in a second, and then we just go right into it. So I won't ask for a discussion. And I would also like to say I was a little remiss when we reconvened, and I want to welcome Mrs. Bushman and Yost to the council, and we're just happy to have you guys, and we look forward to an excellent year together. I think it's going to be very, very busy. I think we have a lot going on. The city administrator can tell you that he had to sit down when I told him the sales tax for the month this year, or the month that just came in. It was what, 570,000. We budgeted 750. So we've been averaging just a little over 750, just a tiny bit. So this is was not a good month, but again, typically the month after Christmas can be very, very high and can go quite a bit above the 750. So we're not in any dire straits now, but something that we have to pay attention to. So with that, Mr. City Administrator. Oh, pardon me. I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Mayor,
Councilman Shuttrin.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilman Shuttrin, seconded by Councilman Berg. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. City Administrator.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Happy New Year, first of all. I kind of wondered if 2021 would start off better from 2020, but after what Pete gave me earlier, I wasn't so fond of it, but we'll make it through. We'll get through it. We have a couple meetings coming up that we'll be discussing. It's already been on the radar. Of course, definitely want to thank Lisa and Tom for their work on the council. And of course, welcome Councilperson Bushman and Councilman Jost, whatever on this. Of course, you too, Councilman Berg. You get to deal with us again for a little while. So, but looking forward to the time together and what we're going to be able to accomplish with this group. So, thank you. I wanted to, if you saw, there was an email that we send out pretty much weekly. It comes from Steve Core, our communications, and it's from our department heads and some of the meeting information that is in there to keep you updated. There's also dates in there. We're going to have the joint meeting that's going to get advertised tomorrow with the county commissioners in Rock Springs. Includes council members, commissioners, department heads, that kind of thing. So that will be both in person, Rock Springs, and on Zoom. There's also of course, our next council meeting and our next workshop dates are on there. So if you have any questions, it does come out quite a bit in terms of the information, but we'll make sure that everyone's up to speed on that. Talking further discussion about that Aquavitas, one of the, should have pushed Mark to discuss that, but it was also, with the collections that we've been doing, we get to see kind of the trend before it starts to happen, and hopefully in terms of positivity tests and stuff. But there's been a pretty good decline in the levels of the SARS and COVID-2. We kind of hope that definitely continues as we go through everyone returning back from holidays or getting back into school and that kind of thing. So, but it has showed a decrease, and which is good for the community. Hopefully that trend continues. Other than that, we're good to go. Looking forward to 2021.
Thanks, Reed. Mr. City Administrator, or pardon me, City Attorney.
I got promoted tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Apart from welcoming the new and continuing council members, I have no report tonight, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Galen. Let's start with the new folks. Councilwoman Bushman, do you have anything for the good of the order here?
Yes, I just want to say thank you, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone on council and with the department leaders, excuse me, and to help out with the city. I do want to make a mention for a plug for Music for Vets that's occurring this Saturday, to go on Facebook, and there's a lot of good stuff that's being raffled right now. So a gun safe, it's like a hidden gun safe. It's made out of a wood flag thing. Sorry, I'm not into that, but it's really cool. You have a gun out there, but this is all benefits for the veterans, people that are in dire need. So we were able to supply them with funds. So, but thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Sherry, and welcome. George?
Yeah, I'd just like to say I'm so appreciative to be back on the city council. I've been off 20 years, as I guess all of you know, but it's humbled to be put in by the little write-in vote and then be elected. So I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the next 4 years and working with everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Councilman Kilpack.
But I'd just like to welcome Councilperson Bushman and Councilman Jost to the council. It's going to be fun to work with you, and I look forward to this next year. Also, Robert, I'd like to welcome you for another 4 years. It'll be a lot of fun, and there are a lot of things going on. George and I go way back. We was on the council 20 some years ago, I guess. And we actually sat side by side while we was on the council. So we kind of go way back, but it's been a good year. I've enjoyed working with all the city employees and the department heads, and they've done a great job. And this next year is, as the mayor says, this next year is going to be an eventful year. It should be a good year, and I think we'll do just fine. And so, and thank you for voting me to be the council president. I'll do the best I can with what little abilities I have. And so, thank you. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Kilpack. Councilman Shuttrin.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Tom and Lisa for all their contributions over the time that I've been on the council together with them. And then I'd also like to welcome Sherry and George both to the council. I look forward to working with both of them. And then congratulations, Robert, on another term. And just wish everybody a happy new year, and look forward to learning the new duties with the vice president and see what that entails. And I look forward to all of that.
Thank you, Councilman Shuttrin. Councilman Byrd.
I just want to welcome Councilman Joyce and Councilperson Bushman to the city council. It'll be fun working with you guys. I want to give a thanks out to Lisa and Tom for their service that they gave to the city council. And I'm just looking forward to the next year and the things that we can accomplish. That's all I've got, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Byrd. And almost last but not least, Councilman Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, with my last name beginning with a Z, I'm used to it. Take my word for it. So I too would like to welcome and to congratulate Councilwoman Bushman and Councilman Jost. Look forward to working with you. It'll be a good time. Really look forward to getting to know you. I got to know Lisa and Tom, and that was an excellent opportunity. And I'm sure we're going to have just as good of a relationship with you two guys. I appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you running for office, and look forward to working with you. And a big congratulations to Robert. for his reelection. Look forward to continue to work with him. He's an excellent individual. I also want to say shout out for Tom and Lisa. Got to know them real well. Really enjoyed working with them. And as always, just want everybody to shop local, buy American. Now more than ever, it's important. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Zimmerman. And of course, I should just say ditto, but I do want to thank Tom and Lisa. You know, Lisa did 8 years and Tom did 4 years in addition to all his fire duties, and they both did an excellent job. I want to welcome Sherry and George. And, you know, clearly the guys have talked about, we have a good group of people and you guys are going to add to it. There's no question about that. The city is lucky to have all of you guys on the council. We do have just the meeting that Reed talked about, and you guys will get notice, but we do have an important joint meeting that's the first one for years with the City of Rock Springs City Council and the County Commissioners next Wednesday at 5:30. It will be a Zoom meeting. You can attend in person. It's going to be conducted at the Rock Springs City Council chambers. I don't know who's going to attend it in person, but it'll certainly be a Zoom meeting. And it'll be important to talk about an awful lot of things that we have in common, not the least of which is going to be the 6th penny. Drive down our streets and you'll understand the importance of that. And congratulations, Councilman Berg, for being reelected. And then I just want to say what a great job the city employees do with putting up the decorations, and they're going to be taking them down here in the next couple days. It'll be 25-degree weather. They might get blown off the ladder if they were going to do it today. I think that's why they put it off for a couple days. But all of the city employees do an excellent job during Christmas. I was passing the snow plows, of course, today, and we also have a great bunch of city employees, and we're very lucky. I want to thank them for all the good work that they do. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mayor,
Councilman Shuttrin.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Shuttrin, a second by Councilman Berg. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Good job, you guys. Once again, welcome you guys, and it's a lot nicer when it's in person. I can certainly tell you that. We're looking forward to getting back to that again, but we're probably a couple months away. We'll see. We'll decide that ourselves, and I think particularly at the 4th Tuesday of the month, we're going to have a workshop, and that will be the beginning of getting our own act together and formulating our agenda for the coming year. So that'll just be the beginning of that discussion. So with that, you guys have a happy new year. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.